Welcome to Life by Design, coming to you from the premises of our big sponsor, AfriCell. But it's another moment to be able to give you the blueprint you require to create the life you've always wanted for yourself, your family, and those of us with bigger aspirations. It's also about our community and also about our nation, Sierra Leone. I'm Abass Bangura, and this is Life by Design. In today's show, I was invited to be part of a program organized by Afri Radio to talk about motivation. Now, those of you who've been watching me over television and listening to me on radio since 2011, for some of you it predates that. It goes back to 1989 when I started the transformation, this crazy journey in my life. Some of you, I know it's 1992, people in National Pentecostal Mission, you were the first people to feel the brunt of this crazy change would take place in my life in 1989, 30 years ago. And I started this journey for know that you could change your life. Really literally change your life by just making choices, fresh choices, new choices. And that journey was what led me to this crazy journey that I've been on for those last 30 years. I could change my life. You could change your life by just focusing on when you make choices. Anthony Robbins says, it's at the moment of your decisions and your choices, that's where you shape your destiny. Now, religious people in Sierra Leone, religious people all over the world want you to believe that everything in Agoni and you don't get no part to play and shape your destiny. It's not true. It's never true. It was never true, and it's never going to be true. And because Bishop Oyedepo say, any faith that makes God 100% responsible for what happens to you is an irresponsible faith. You have a responsibility. And so this is what we've been teaching all these years. So we sat down today at Afri Radio and hosted by John Konteh, JK, as we shared me on story, me on journey, what's motivational about, is it needed, where do you get motivation, how do you sustain motivation once you get motivated, and lots and lots of things we shared that we thought you will not been listening to the radio show. We brought our cameras into the studio. We said, okay, let's get clips of things I shared from questions that I was asked, and then bring them to you so that you not go left behind, because nobody left behind inside 2020. Are you ready to create the life you've always wanted for yourself? Watch this, and I'll come back to you.
Crucial conversation that we brought to you courtesy of AfriCell, and today we ask if you need for listen to somebody else's story for make you do what you want for doing a life, or you need a special motivation for get you for do the things that we want for do a life. Now today we get somebody whether we do at the studio for help we talk about that, for help we get the conversation, for keep on going. Joe, welcome to Crucial Conversation.
Thank you very much, JK. It's a great pleasure to be here.
We honored for get you on the show. I mean, this now the second edition, but it seemed like not the maiden one, not the biggest one, because of the way we create. So, I want to talk about, what thing we peg we discussion around today, Joe. Peg we conversation around today. First of all, let me start off with what's in our motivation in the first place.
Thank you very much, JK. Now, I just want to go back a little and say, when somebody not able to do anything in life, now two reasons you can bring and come down to, not to basket them out in two reasons. And one pandemic like that, they are either not motivated to do this, they don't want for doing, they don't feel it valuable to them, or they don't know, they're not able. So either not motivated or they're not able. If they're not able, na skills. If they are not motivated for doing, not to knowledge, if they're not motivated, just not feel. It's not a priority for them as far as they're concerned. Now, so motivation is the will where you will yourself for do whatever important to you. And sometimes it's not convenient, but it's just having the willpower. So if you have it, you're motivated. If you don't have it, then you're not motivated to do this.
We have motivational speakers all over, all around. The world now. Everybody seems for the sharing story now. So breaking down for the listeners able to understand again, who that we go refer to as a motivational speaker? Is it someone that is bringing theory to the table, or someone that is coming with the experience we don't gather from things that we don't happen to them or happen around them? You don't get you're able for draw solutions to them thing, and they can able for put on at the table and say, listen, these are tried and tested solutions, and then can work.
Obviously, the person way they share the message, very, very important. sometimes if person they talk to you in a theory, the person they tell you what you read in a book, it's different from the person where they tell you what you don't go through. So if I can look back in my life now and say it's possible, because I take me O-levels 3 terms, and I can teach perseverance. Because yes, how? Because I don't pass the perseverance school. I take me O-level 1 term and not give up. Better. I take second and I still not give up. I take me O-level 3 term. So it's easy for me to teach.
Somebody will say don't take a 7 term. Therefore,
I know right.
You can teach a higher version of perseverance.
Well, yeah, of course, I agree with you. It's resilience. So, like you said, I agree with you. Do not give up. But one thing you say, when somebody they teach waiting, you don't experience, it's different from the person where they teach waiting, you just read in a book.
Along the line, there are people who can be motivated, but then without reinforcing the message from within, then they get to the point where they become weak.
Unless motivation becomes action. Unless motivation becomes action. Motivation, like just you are inspired to, you feel good. Oh, yeah. I'm determined. How do you translate motivation to action? How do you translate that energy to waking up every morning? For example, you say, I want to jog 5 times a week and I need to do 3 miles every day. Because you see somebody and says, yes, it's possible. At this point, I will go. But how do you translate that motivation to action? That's where it's lacking for most of the time, because unless you connect them into something where they act, it's never going to happen.
You on this show deliberate because, every year you don't share a message of motivation. You don't share thoughts with people. You don't tell them waiting for stay on track. But your own story, tell me what kept you motivated, help you for put you head up this way, so and say, listen, I need to put on down again. This level where I don't take, so I ain't going back. It
was pain. Sometimes, like I said, the environment, how you interpret the pain, gains. So when you get to the point in time, we're all with 2 friends there, we all grow up, and I got to the point in time where I had 2 kind of friends. The ones who been in Albert Academy, and I get the Wellington friends there. I looked at the Albert Academy friends. I see how far they no left me go. I said, it's here, I work na post office, one pan and they work na commercial bank. We see the way the brand dress, and you see the way me dress. If I say I'm forced, I the hide panel. So I look at me friends them now, Wellington friends there. Look at the level we grow up, and I look at them, and I said, okay, this is where, and this is my environment. This is every day. But I get this other party them, set of party them way. Now we all been go school. We're different. So what's happening? Who do I take after? Do I see me Wellington Fambulem as my role model, or do I take me Albert Academy Paddy them as my role model? The trigger was, no, I think the Albert Academy Paddy them are there before. So I began to change, even me keep comping. Amongst me Wellington Fambulem, I had to cut them off. And so now the new people, the people that will go sit down for study, before they go sit down at Poyoba, I think I mean new friends they wanted to have for sit down for keep comping. So that's just continuously. The moment I sense I could change, I can make new decision, they give me new result. And I checked and I liked the results, and I knew I could change my life just by the power of my choices. Nothing could push me back.
So then all the things that will become external motivation, then lost their way and lost their shape in you personal drive and ambition.
Yeah, because I changed my priorities. I knew.
So in essence, we're coming back to the question that if you need teaching, you want for stick on that. If you need teaching, you need for read the book, you need for get the experience from somebody for drive you for make it
totally, completely. Like the solar, it's external, it's internal. You draw external, you keep an internal, it is done. The charge they run out. Your ability for say no, when I need for recharge, I recharge again. You listen to the books, read new ones then, because as you they apply, as you they try this in work, you try this in work, you they begin things say, well, it's not possible, but you have to go back and go listen.
As we go today, what would you say to people struggling with, this person, they say, the resource is not there. You start for top bottom. And I get nobody around me for support me. Who say me go draw me strength and motivation from? Who do I go listen to? If I not get internet for listen to, waiting for do. Who do I around? Who's caught on my area? So until we don't put in Pekin in our school, they don't get university education. But now that small shop no more. And it's Alex and a bread no more be they sell. But in Pekin and get the education where they want.
Another terminology for the motivation industry, na self-help. The moment you wake up one day and know say, me life they na me an, they na nobody an. If me life they go before na me, if me life they go be na me. That's the day where people they begin change. It never has to be government, it has to be you. And the way you do it is through personal motivation. Read, find out, forget football, the Arsenal and Manchester United. The money no they come now your pocket. Then 2-3 hours will they spend for waste time for do the one, then you can spend that same time day for make you begin build yourself. Because that's the secret. 80% of waiting and on me teach myself. Nobody not teach me. I read every day.
So we're coming to the end of the show, but they agree, say, Joe, they say, yes, you need to listen to people, you need for farm, you need for get books, you need for do all of that. But there is this thing from within we need for drive you. It's called the internal driver for your motivation. So we are saying, yes, you need for listen to others, but you personally need for get a drive for succeed. On that note, we want to say thank you very much for listening to Crucial Conversation this week.
Welcome back, and lots have been shared, and I hope you've been inspired and motivated again to be able to not give up on your dreams, believe it is possible, act on what you can act on, because not only then things then you can control. Lots has been shared. A couple of stuff I've been thinking I want to share with you. Just recap again that motivation is triggered by our environment. The environment could be a person, it could be an event, it could be a book, it could be a movie where you watch. Something happens in your environment that gets you to believe it's possible, that adds additional will for you, triggered by your environment, but you have to respond correctly. You watch something, if you respond to and your interpretation of what happened negative, you would never be motivated to start, because imagine you look at the person and says, well, then different. Well, not all man go turn that way there. What happens to you? You don't change, you don't take action, so that the environment not really actually affect you. So you have to be able to interpret this thing correctly, where they lead you for make you take the action. What other points been there where we share? We says, and motivation is not a one-off something that you get motivation once and for all, and then you don't have to get motivated again. No, that's not the case. And I shared some bits about how you have to, now like battery. If you buy a battery, some battery in a transistor battery, you put on the more you play, and the battery runs out of charge. If it's a rechargeable battery, you have to charge it again. If it's not rechargeable, you have to throw it away, buy other battery. Solar systems, what sort of solar power systems do? Then they draw power from the sun, transfer the power into a battery, and the battery now they provide the light. If you use them for 8-9 hours, you have to recharge the battery again. That's what motivation is like. Motivation, they give you extra energy at a moment for belief it's possible to change, it's possible to act. And so, but if you don't sustain, if you don't recharge, you will run out of charge. So that's why people start, I'm going to change. This year and the year I go for change. I go lose weight, I go study more, whatever it is now, you resolution will be make for New Year. If you don't recharge, you get the motivation from somewhere. But if you don't recharge and refuel yourself, you can't go far. How do you recharge? It's listen over and over again. Find this material, download them, make notes, read the notes, make affirmations, write them, stick them up on your wall. I spoke to a lady the other day, and we want to go take exams. Wants to qualify, gets in BSc degree in the next 4 years. I said, from day one, year one, take a photo of yourself wearing the degree coat. Your final graduation gown. Like say, this is who you are, you already graduated. Take a photo. Paste that photo there all side. The time where you feel you're down, watch that photo there and says, this is what I want to become. Would that act as a motivation for you? You need for recharge. Write the books, take the video, listen to them over and over again. Find company of like-minded people where don't make a decision. We don't make a decision for go this journey with you. Keep company with them over and over. Even me now, what's him up so? I have to motivate myself every day. I have to do it every day because like battery, I use motivation. By the time I act, 2-3 things that I've been thinking, I've been going to do, we go work, I do that and they not work. The tendency to go there for make a think, say, well, this is not a work, no, but the ability to say, no, I need this, and I have to push myself again. So I do it. There are some books I get materials, I've listened to them more than 100 times, and it's not, I'm not kidding at all. Over and over again, because motivation is not once and for all. You have to recharge. And so we hope that this 2020, you will take this again. You will not make a resolution. You won't give up. Don't give up. Put yourself in the company of people who would never give up. You will drive yourself and believe what we share on the show. You can change your destiny. And it's at the moment of your choices, it's on the moment of your decision, that's where your destiny is shaped. Well, that's all we have time for you on today's show. Take what we have shared, act upon them, and build yourself. And this is the only way I know that you can create the life you've always wanted. For you, your family, for your community, and for my nation, Sierra Leone. I'm Abass Bangura. Till we meet on the nation of the show. Keep working on yourself.